The rise and survival of Adolf Hitler as Nazi Germany's dictator was not solely the product of ideology or terror. Behind the propaganda and military parades lay a web of corruption and personal enrichment. From the early days of the Third Reich through the height of World War II, Hitler used secret payments to bind Germany's top generals, SS officials and civil servants to him personally. This is the story of Konto 5, private estates and generous bonuses, and how loyalty to Hitler was bought in cold, hard Reichsmarks. When Hitler became Chancellor in 1933, he quickly understood the importance of financial incentives. To ensure the Wehrmacht's allegiance and to neutralize any dissent, he created a shadow economy of rewards. One of the most notorious mechanisms was Konto 5, a secret bank account held by the Ministry of Finance. It was controlled directly by Hitler and administered by his close associate, Hans Lammers. Through Konto 5, top military and political figures received large, tax-free payments. These included monthly stipends, luxury homes, estate upgrades, and even cash bonuses for birthdays or successful campaigns. Crucially, these payments were undocumented and separate from official state salaries. Field Marshal Wilhelm Keitel, Chief of the High Command of the Armed Forces, was one of the most heavily rewarded. His blind loyalty to Hitler was matched by a lavish lifestyle made possible by secret payments. Hermann Göring, already wealthy, used his bonuses to amass vast art collections. SS Chief Heinrich Himmler, too, received ongoing payments, including a heavily subsidized estate in Gmund. The rewards were not just financial. Many top generals were gifted entire estates confiscated from Jews or occupied populations. For example, General Heinz Guderian, the Panzer leader, received a luxurious estate in Poland. Others were granted lavish pensions and loyalty bonuses, sometimes amounting to hundreds of thousands of Reichsmarks. These bribes served a double purpose. They ensured unwavering loyalty and rendered recipients complicit in the regime's crimes. The perks blurred the line between personal ambition and ideological commitment. Few were willing to risk their privileged position by opposing Hitler, especially once they were financially dependent on him. In some cases, payments came with specific expectations. After the 1944 July plot to assassinate Hitler, surviving officers were vetted for loyalty and often rewarded with enhanced stipends if they passed scrutiny. Hitler knew that cash, not just fear or belief, was a powerful motivator. Perhaps the most disturbing aspect was the silence these bribes bought. Generals who might have objected to war crimes or questioned Hitler's disastrous military decisions said nothing. They had too much to lose. Historians argue that this helped prolong the war and increased its brutality. Albert Speer, Hitler's armaments minister, later confessed that he, too, received secret bonuses. He remarked that these payments created a web of mutual complicity. Even officials who did not fully support Hitler's policies were drawn into silence by financial gain. At Nuremberg, evidence of Konto 5 and these secret payments emerged. However, the narrative of a purely ideological Nazi leadership had already taken root. Only later did historians uncover the full scale of Hitler's system of bribery. Hitler's grip on power was not just enforced through terror and propaganda, it was maintained through a deliberate and systematic policy of corruption. From grand estates to generous pensions, he bought silence, loyalty, and complicity. Understanding this hidden economy of the Third Reich gives us deeper insight into how dictators secure their power. It wasn't just belief in Nazi ideals that bound Hitler's men to him, it was also the money in their pockets. This is a lesson from history. Tyranny thrives not just on fear, but on greed. And in Hitler's Germany, the cost of loyalty was high, but it was always paid. If you have enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the history of the Second World War.